Hello and welcome to the Craft Lair. This is Teresa, Crafty Grams. Today is the 1st of July. Wow, halfway through already. So today I am starting another challenge. Um, for Junk Journal July, I will be following along with the with Debbie at Ink and Page, the Junk Journal July event that she is hosting or that they are hosting. I'm sure there's more than Debbie on the back side of this thing. But anyway, this is what I will be doing this week. I tell you, y'all will be either um, as infatuated with Ink and Page stuff as I am by the end of this month, or you'll be sick of it and me. But that it is what it is. That's my current obsession, and I'm dragging y'all along with me right down the rabbit hole. Because seriously, I've been working on some of her freebies, which I have discussed several times, obviously, on this channel. But I knew there were a lot of them. I did not realize the extent of this insanity. Now, at the beginning of them, she sends an email out every month, every Monday, with new freebies. If you sign up with your email, that's all it is. It's just your email address. And she sends you one email a week, unless she tells us otherwise. Um, this month it'll be every day because anyway. Uh, but and a lot of these are just one page, freebies, 1 or 2 page ephemera freebies and stuff like that. But this is 7 pages. Someone in the Facebook group went through and made a list of every freebie that she has um, produced. Yeah. So, and then somewhere along the way, it gets to be like full kits and stuff are going on here. And it's like when she does a full kit, like this today's introduction welcome packet is what she's calling it. Today's welcome packet includes 36 printable pages. 36 in addition to the materials for free for today's prompt, which is library card. So this is the free prompt page. Excuse me. Free prompt page for today. Say that 5 times fast. I can't even say it 1 time slow. Um, yeah, and I did not print out all the pages yet. It was too many decisions and my head is not there. So I'm going to get all the griping and complaining out of the way first. I still feel like sun-baked dog poo. My allergies are really kicking my booty. It's hot. My brain is so active, but my body says, nah, just flop on the bed or just crawl in the recliner. I don't want to do that. So there will be sniffling, and I apologize in advance for that. There will be throat clearing. Again, apologies. I will need frequent sips of water. Apologies. I'm going to do this while I want to. As long as the want to is there, I'm going to fight like heck to make my body comply, which is normally what gets me into trouble where I have to just flop. But for today, we're pushing forward. Okay, end of whining and whinging. All right, I'm going to cut these out um, and probably ink them. I'll be right back. Right, sorry about that awkwardness there. Anyway, I was trying not to sneeze. So I cut it out, started cutting it out, and I sliced the quote right in the middle of a word, in the middle of a letter, even. So I had to print it again, and I just cut that off of the other one. So I have not inked anything. I'm just over here kicking myself in the booty because I do such silly, silly things. Anyway, so we're making a library pocket, a library card, and a library pocket today. And like I said, there will be a new printable every day to go along with the new prompt every day. So, in the hopes of not doing the usual and overwhelming with being overwhelmed with choices and decisions and all that kind of stuff, while also, of course, urging, whatever uniqueness, individuality. I don't know, words are hard. Anyway, individuality, that's the word. Wowzers. Someday I'm gonna be able to speak without having to work at it. Anyway, so um, any big plans for the 4th of July week? My oldest son's accounting company is closed for the entire week. So if you need taxes done, too bad. But they mostly do, well, his side of it anyway is mostly governments, city and county governments in the state of Georgia. So, and all of their pressing business for the year is over with because April is the deadline for everybody's taxes, not just individuals. So, he just goes around and audits books in preparation for the next thing, I guess. I don't know. He does stuff with math. Not my thing. Oh goodness. So this is one of the, let me get the ink dauber crumbs off of it. This is one of the background papers that go along with the kit. Now this is going to be another hinge bound album journal. So we're just going to do pages to begin with and then put it all together at the end and make a cover and all that happy dappy do. So, which is good because I thought, oh, I'm going to have to scramble to make a cover and all of that stuff. But no, I'm glad I didn't get started doing that. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered that much, but yeah, I like my journals to have rounded corners, those things. So since we're doing them one page at a time, I'm going to round them as I go, round and ink as I go. So round and ink as I go where I stop. Sorry. Sorry you had to hear that. Sorry about that. Okay, so see if my glue is going to play nice today. I mean, you saw I just took the pin out of there and already not wanting to play. And I store it upside down and I do all the things. And okay, she's going to behave now. She was like, seriously, it's so hot. Ew. Yeah, I got you, girl. I feel you. I feel you on that tissue. Sorry. I'm telling you. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to fold this. How do I do that? Apparently, I've forgotten that skill. I'm just going to do it on my book here because my cutting machine is all covered up with last month's project that I still haven't finished. last month's ink and page project that I still haven't finished. Let me just be clear about that. So all I'm doing is using my glue book, which has a little bit of um, resistance to it. Not much, but it has a little, so I can make the merest hint of a score line. And just taking my scoring tool and doing that. And it, like I said, it makes a little suggestion of a score line that I will be able to use. It'll work just fine for our purposes here today. Sorry. I mean, obviously you can't do that on a hard surface because it won't leave much of an indent at all. But book pages are fine for that. Or um, I use a foamy feeling, well, it's more felt feeling pad for stamping on, because it just, when I'm doing a bunch of stamping at a time, it does that, makes it nice, makes a nice impression. So more ink, please. And I'm just using my my this stuff, Vintage Photo. Sorry, that was loud and uncalled for. Sounds like we have thunder. Or, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this goes to this. I will just go ahead and glue. Mm-hmm. There's my glue. Applying the glue. Do this as straight as possible. Looks pretty good. Good enough, right? Good enough. Okay, so I don't really want to cover that up right off the bat, but this is really, really pretty. It's sort of an abstract um, oceanscape, seascape. That's what it is, seascape. So I'm going to put it against that rather than the floral. Hello, Miss Penny. Yeah, that must have been thunder because she's in here in her hidey hole now. Her safe place. Near her mama. All right. I'm not going to glue that down yet because I got to faff around a little bit. I got to decide. My original thought was to take this and cut the words out of it, or apart, cut the words apart and just sort of do but I don't know if I'm going to do that because I don't know. I'm very indecisive. That's why. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be a surprise for all of us how this ends up turning out. I did not print this on my 110-pound cardstock, and I'm sort of regretting that now, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I just, whatever I had in there, which was, I mean, it's still cardstock. It's just a lighter weight cardstock that I use for journal pages. So you sit in there for a moment. And like she even gives you the day, and then there's a thing with, here's the prompt, library card. So I don't know where I will put those. I don't know. Let me not even speculate because as soon as I say something, I'll do something else. It's just the way I am. It's just the way I roll. So this, like a tag or something, it's probably how I probably should have decided on the tag shape before I started inking. So not that one. Let's do this one because it's pretty. Ow! Really? Oh my goodness. I do worry about me sometimes. Well, all the time. A lot of the time I worry about me, for sure, for sure. Around them, because that's just me. The bottoms of the tags should have the little tiny, tiny rounded corners. Okay, so there's my basics done. You know, I should not have thrown the other one away. I could use it for spacing purposes. Let's see. I'm very glad right now that I only ever put paper in my trash can in here because that could have been gross. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut these up a bit and see before I go cutting up the other one. See how if that's going to be something I actually want to do or if it's going to look silly. So yeah, it's going to take me an hour just to do this one page. So you know, this is just how I like to do things. I like to take my time and make each little project its own little work of art. Very loosely speaking. Mm, we'll just pretend that's the word capable since I cut it in half. The whole quote says, "A book is proof that humans are capable of working magic," and it's a Carl Sagan quote. Hmm. I don't know. This nose is going to drive me right round the bend. Let's see if this makes me a little. Yeah, I think I like that better. I do think I am going to cut it up though, rather than into. I'm going to cut it up more reasonably than this, but not just in two pieces because I do kind of like the. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't know. I just like the look of what I imagine it will be. It may end up actually being something completely different, but this is the working premise. Y'all, I had hoped that by sitting still and, you know, not moving around the house and raising dust and stuff, my allergies would settle down. But they're not working out like that so far. A little chapstick. So let us see. Ooh, this might make the library card look a little wording look a little more intentional if I put something behind it. I wish I could tear lace like you tear fabric. Well, I mean, anyway, this particular piece does not tear. Well, worked out well, apparently. I could put this behind this, like this, and then put that there-ish. Yeah, I think I like the idea of putting that sort of not not hidden forever, but not front and center. You know what I mean? Okay, so oh yeah. Let's glue this into this. I have my fan on, which I think is part of the problem with my glue situation because it dries the little glue remnant at the top. It dries it out and makes it cloggy a little bit. Okay, I just had y'all in there. Let's behave, please. Thank you. I'm definitely going to put the glue on there. Or put what is that stuff? Not glue, lace. I'm going to put the lace on there, so I probably need some glue to do that. And yeah, use this because it does seem to work rather well. No matter what I've tried to glue with it, it's holding it. Now this is the back of it, so I want the back of the lace here. Oopsie. Okay. So I think I will just let that dry like that for a little bit because I'm not quite ready to commit to the placement for that. The ultimate placement for that pocket. I just can't commit. Just can't commit. think if I want to put a tab on top of this pocket. That's not a pocket. That's a tag. It's a tag. I don't know. I shall think. I don't know. I'm inking all these things like I'm going to use them and use them just exactly the way they are. Oh no. I was going to blow on that and then I was, yeah, just there, right there. I shall ink over my glue page. Yeah. Keep it off of what I'm working on. Yep. Okay, well, I mean, yeah. Okay, so a book is proof that humans are capable of working magic. I kind of feel like I want to back that onto something so it will stand out a little bit better. I'm thinking. I'm going to glue them onto this. Come here. And I'm just going to cut these, and I probably wish I had torn them now, but c'est la vie. Because I don't want them to look too neat, which, you know, with me doing the cutting, probably not a chance of that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ink them real quick. And then just sort of glue them again randomly on the book page there. And cut them apart and put them down with a little bit of a book page border. What was that I was saying about not letting the ink crumbs get on the, yeah, not real good at that, am I? Doing what I said. It makes me so angry that these sort of, I don't know, crumble apart. Fall. I don't know what they do actually exactly because I can't see really anything wrong with it, but sure is spitting off some dust, some crumbs. I'm gonna try and get them all on the more texty areas. My fingers are already absolutely covered in ink. This is going to make it really hard for me to tell whether they have the same amount of book page around them, but I'm going to do my best. All right. Thank you for your service there, guys. Sorry I miscut y'all. Oops. Went to all that care to not get them on the floor and where they, at least one of them ended up on the floor. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The maid doesn't come in here very often to sweep or vacuum. I'm the maid. That's me. I don't. When I come in here, it's very difficult for me to concentrate on anything besides playing with my toys. So, yeah. I was telling my daughter that I wish I had one of those little, just a kid's size broom and dustpan. At least that way, maybe I would think about it a little more often than I do now. And maybe actually, sweep the things up off the floor because that's mostly what it is, paper cuttings. You know how it goes. Paper cuttings and the random stuff that flies off the table and you find it on the floor and you think, darn, that's where that went. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just killing some time right now, letting that the quote words dry. That's all I'm doing. Wasting some time. Wasting some time. Well, some people would think that everything I do in here is wasting time. But that ain't none of us. That is none of us. They are the non-believers of the magic of paper therapy. Or crafting therapy, not just paper. All right. On the home stretch. Okie doke. So pretty. I love like a wildflower field. So pretty. All right. So let's do some for real serious placing here. Where's my placing tool? Yep, I have one of those. Here it is. I have it. Oh gosh. Someone's at the door. Hold on. Well, it is quite a while later now. We had a bit of a there was a dog running up and down the street and thought it might have been my son's dog, but it was not, thankfully. So now back to the important work at hand. Cut these apart. like I said, it's going to be hard for me to get them evenly uh, uh, outlined, I guess. But we'll do the best we can. We will do our very best. All right. One.